Scorpio, how you doing? Welcome to your Astroflower weekly reading going from the 6th through to the 12th of August. August? No, it's not. It's September. I'm a month behind, apparently. Oof. I don't want to live through August again. Great month, but it was all a bit sort of up and down in the way of energies, wasn't it? So let's just see what's going on for you in this weekly reading here. Overall energy here, you've got to write a passage. Yeah, you're flowing into now, fully on into your autumn period. And you will have these weeks over the next sort of like 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks where you will have these moments where life will just help you to get through. You don't have to push anything. You don't have to sort of stop anything. You don't have to stress about things. You just need it to in order for it to flow. And I think the overall energy here is what has been going on with you over the last sort of like 2 or 3 months has been amazing. It really has. And I think you've got a lot of clarity within you about what you don't want and what you do want. And now it's a case of allowing life to actually bring it towards you, basically, more than anything else. On your relationship side, you have on your karmic message here, you have the devil. So this is where being obsessive about things, and I know what it's like, Scorpio. I was going to call you Capricorn because I'm Capricorn as well. But what you have here is, this is what I'm saying about here, is allowing things to happen for you, allowing things to take things through. Don't be obsessive about things. Don't be sort of like, single-minded about it. Allow it to just flow away. Do not get distracted from your path. And I think this is a real lesson for you this week here, to learn that, to allow things to flower within your, it's like you've planted a seed and you can't see it. It hasn't broken the surface. It's germinated, but it hasn't broken the surface. So you dig it up to see whether the roots are growing, whether it's still, whether it's still working. You're going to make that, might even kill that seed, So I would just not sort of be obsessive about things and stuff like that. Just allow things to happen. And I know it's difficult for you, Scorpio. You really want to just get things done. And which is understandable, which is great as well. But this week here, I think it's a week for you to just sit back, relax, enjoy, pamper yourself, and then start realizing, and allow things to come to you, basically. That whole law of attraction sort of scenario. Allow things to flow into your life, because this is what the universe wants to bring to you. It wants to bring a lot of possibilities, a lot of options within your relationships, a lot of joyful connections with not just with one person, but with a multitude of different people that are around you, and make you feel at ease with life. And I think this is a real learning curve for you, because it's, as I said, I think it's difficult for you, Scorpio, sometimes to do that, to allow life to be good. Capricorns also, I'm a Capricorn, and we like sometimes life to be difficult. We really do. And I think Scorpio has a certain sort of similar sort of bent upon them, So allowing the beautiful things to come into your life is really important. Do not be obsessive about things, basically. This is what autumn period is all about. The Astroflower, we go into it in the Astroflower in the last 2 months before your birthday. It's working out what you've had from the past, which has worked really well, and what you want to do in the future. And this is where your past, of looking at your past and using your past, and realizing the abundance that you have, the joy that you have, that the world is at your fingertips. The moment you have that, then you can really plan for the future, and using your past in order to help you plan for that future. Taking time out, going down the beach, going for a walk in the woods, with your dog, or with everything, or just with a friend, or just by yourself, and just taking time out to just sort of kind of going, what have I been living, and what would I like to live? What can I want to keep doing, what I don't want to keep doing, and that sort of things can be blowing up through you. And this is where you can then decide to head towards, ultimate sort of recognition, basically, real success, real sort of like glow up moment in a way. As I say, if you allow things to come to you, in your future self. You're going to be really optimistic about your future. You're going to realize that there is a lot of possibilities, and there's going to be a lot of people that is going to come into your life that is going to be also sort of saying, you know, Scorpio's got it going on. I want a piece of that action. And, you know, so you're going to get a lot of recognition from people that are around you, I think. And I think this is what you can build up through you if you do not get obsessive about things, and do not sort of like get distracted from allowing just the love to flow into your life, rather than trying to, you know, orchestrate everything. And I know it's difficult. I really do. I know it's difficult. So I would, you know, be wary of that temptation to start getting in and start kind of going, oh, I'm going to move things around, you know what I mean? I'm going to put things into place so it actually starts working. Allow the world to turn for you, basically, this week here. And what's the future self? Nine of Swords. A lot of people have been getting the Nine of Swords, to be honest. It's mainly been coming up in the lower sections of the signs, but I think it's more of a case here that in your future, this is what you're allowing to come to an end. Allowing your repetitive situations that causes you stress and strains to finish within your relationships. And this is because you're not being so obsessive about it. You're allowing to let go of things and just allow them to flow around you and away from you. Do not get caught up in that temptation in life, and do not get caught up in that idea that, you know, you have to be engaged in it in a physical, emotional, energetical sort of sense in order for it to happen. You know, once you've planted that seed, you've got to have faith in the process, I think. And this is what the stress and strains can be in life, when we have to have faith in the situation. So I think this is a real test this week for you, to realize to just let things go and allow things to happen for you. You know, when you do that, you're going to allow things to just fade into insignificance as well in regards to your relationships. And it is going to ultimately bring you to a future of, you know, real good recognition and sensation of kind of going, yes, I'm winning it. And you could actually be that knight in shining armor for someone else as well. This is what's possibility of what is, you know, breeding up in you or glowing up in you through your life at the moment. Let's just see what's going on in your financial sort of side. I think this is even more calculation on this side than on your relationship side. I think the relationship side is more allowing it to happen. On your financial side, yes, there is a lot of engagement. There's a lot of connection with a lot of things that are around you, and a lot of possibilities, a lot of fruit that's available, that's possible. That are ready, that are there on the tree, and you are allowed to be. Your karmic message is this week here is to choose the fruit that is ripe for you at this moment. I think that's an understanding that you've got to apply in your life and allow other fruits to, and this is where this comes to this as well, allowing certain fruits to still grow, still take up a bit more sort of sugar and sunshine and ripen, basically, and just being wary about, you know, what fruits to choose at the right moment, which is going to, you know, help you to get on your career path and go forward on your career path, basically, or your job or your business, and etc. The universe here is, I think this is where they're pushing you out of your comfort zone, and I think this is what I said here on the Six of Swords as well. It is that idea of a leap of faith into something new, and a leap of faith out of your comfort zones, and allowing things to happen, allowing things to come to you, allowing those fruit to ripen on the tree, so then you will have fruit or results constantly coming into your life. And the universe is almost, I think the universe is sort of saying to you, have faith in life, have faith in your path, have faith in you. I think that's what it's sort of saying to you more than anything else. How's your guides connecting your past to your future? This is where you get the Wheel of Fortune. You're really rocking and rolling on this side, I think, here. This is where I think over the last 2 or 3 months, I think there's been a lot of clarification. This is set into action. The forward motion that you have within your life, going towards something that is, that's going to bring in abundance, basically. You've already set in motion that Wheel of Fortune, that change of situation within your life. And as you set it in motion, that's what it's going to breed. It's going to breed abundance for you. I wouldn't be surprised if the 10 of Pentacles doesn't come out here at some point. I've just noticed something else as well. You've got 3 9s on the table here. And if you know anything about 9, so, it's the ultimate number. It's perfection personified in a way. 1 times 9 is 9, 2 times 9 is 18, that's 1 and 9, 3 times 9 is 2 and 7, so that's 9 again, so it's 9, it's always 9, 9, 9. It brings you back to the result. That's why you get this repetitive nightmare sort of situation here, but then this is also why you get these repetitive possibilities and the abundances within your life with the 9 of Pentacles. You've got a lot of possibilities within your life to, turn it to totally into your favor and be the pivotal point for not just for you, but for other people that are around you as well. Really, really beautiful sort of thing. And then you get the Hangman there as this is your future self, and seeing how you can seeing things differently in order to orchestrate the fortune of that wheel, basically, of turning that new process of creating a lot for you, basically, as you go forward. And he is, or that person there is hung from the tree of knowledge. They understand a great deal, and I think this is all to do with your past. Seeing things of how you really got to where you were going within your past in order to bring it into your future. It's also a clarification at the same time of looking at what worked in the past, what you want to stop, what didn't work in the past, and what you want to do in the future, what dreams and ambitions you want to go to. And then at the top of the dial, you get the Six of Pentacles. I was seeing if there was any other sixes on there, because there is one other 6 here as well. And I think this is where, if you take the time to actually allow things to happen, allow that seed to grow and to germinate and pierce the surface of the earth, that's when you can start seeing what things are going to be, what things are growing for you. Because when you bring in abundance for you, then you can share those abundance with the rest of the world that is around you. And that's what brings in beautiful sort of situations where you can genuinely help other people that are around you, because you are in a good place. And I think this is what you're building into. And that sort of thing of having faith, I think, is really important for you this week. And I think it's a major lesson for you this week, for allowing things to happen. And when things quieten down and you think, oh, nothing's happening, it's dead as a door now, that's when you got to have that faith. That's when you got to keep your nerve, get your poker face going on. And I think it will work really well for you more than anything else. 4 of Swords, I think if you allow it to happen, if you allow things to happen, that's when the healing comes into place. That's when you sort of find your home. This is where you find your comfort zone as well. And having faith in the situation, realizing it, not getting obsessed with things, not getting too sort of pulled off your path, sort of temptations, as it were, to get too involved. It's going to make you feel ultimately, cozy within who you are and what you do, basically. With the Devil, you get the Emperor. yeah, I think this is where, the temptation to actually, the emperor has obviously, he has an empire, and it's the physical world, and it's the physical connection with the world that is around you. It's knowing your place without having to sort of, you know, fight for it, because the emperor has that empire. He doesn't have to create an empire, and he can just sit there and rule over his dominion, rule over his empire. And I think this is what you've got to do, and that takes a bit of patience, a bit of, you know, nerves of cold steel in a way, which I think you have totally. And allowing things to flow through you is a good thing for you. And it's gonna, if you do that, it's gonna put you in a position of power, make you sit in a position of power. With the Nine of Cups, yeah, you get the world. The universe here is offering you lots of opportunities and lots of possibilities for the future. And I think, as I said, in the last 2 months before your birthday is that autumn period. That's what you should be examining. And I think the universe is bringing it into you. That's why you need to take time out this week, just to sort of see how things evolve, in order to see which cycles you want to develop going forward. With the Two of Wands, you get the high priestess. The high priestess is someone who has that intuition sort of aspect. It's all the moons. It's seeing the unforeseen side, and I think you're realizing that from your past, of seeing what works in your past and what works for your future, basically, as you go forward. And seeing that within you, that gives you that sort of heads up, that ahead of the curve sort of scenario, where you can plan for a future which obviously will bring you towards that Six of Wands, through to that recognition. But it's seeing it from within, feeling it. But in order to feel it, you've got to take time out. You've got to take a bit of pressure off yourself. And I think this is the main thing that's running through this whole sort of thing. And with the Six of Wands, you get the Five of Wands. Yeah, the thing is with the Five of Wands, when on the other cards here, on this deck here, there is a one person that is taking one wand and extracting themselves from the conflict, and then they've got that wand in order to follow on their pathway. And this is here, it's a learning curve. It's a learning about yourself. It's learning how to be the best example of yourself. And that will bring you ultimate success, really, to be honest. There is no doubt about it. Let's just see what's going on with that Nine of Swords. I think it's personally it's going to put pay to stress and repetitive nightmare situations. With the Ten of Wands, the 10 is the completion. It's the end. It's before we get into the royals, the page, the knights, the queen, the king of this thing. And here I think is basically, I think you're going to let go of a lot of things, and I think you're going to let go of that stress and that repetitive situation as you go through for the forward into the future in regards to your relationships that are around you. But it is, the most important thing is taking the time out and being gentle with yourself this week. Do not try and push it, otherwise you will find yourself tired, irritable, and that's when you will create problems. You will create that Nine of Swords if you try and push too much, basically, this week in your relationships. Just allow it to happen. Let's just see what's going on your financial side. With the Nine of Pentacles, you get the Queen of Pentacles, assurance. The thing is with the Queen of Pentacles, she sat at that tree and she knows that tree is going to bear fruit. And that's what that Nine of Pentacles is doing. It's bearing fruit. And I think your karmic message is to realize that. Have that faith. She has a lot of faith. And look at the wry smile on her face there. She knows that that's coming. She's sat at that same tree that the hangman is hanging from. Seeing things differently and having faith in the situation, I think, is really important. With the Fool card, let's just see what's going on there. If you have faith, you will get victory. You will get a clear vision about where you're going, and it becomes very logical, it becomes very matter of fact. It will give you that sensation that you're winning in everything in life as well. But it is having that faith in what you have done in the past in order to create your beautiful future. And I think you've done a lot, Scorpio, and you should be very proud of what you've done. You know, with the Wheel of Fortune, you get the Temperance card. Patience. I'm surprised it didn't actually come out elsewhere. You know, patience in your pathway, faith in your pathway, the conversion of night into day. It takes time. You have that dawn moment, that moment where the sun is just coming up, but you can't quite see it, but already there's a slight blue in the sky. You're in that moment. You're going from night to day, and clarification within you, and seeing things in a different light, basically. Let's just see what's going on with that Hangman. You get the King of Cups here as well. So, you know, it's going to breed assurance, well-being, confidence, plain sailing, abundance. You know, you've done, you know, with this King of Cups, you know, you've got that crab there and you've got the starfish. You've done a lot of work under the surface here in regards to your business, your job and your projects. And now it's a case of just allowing the wind to do the work in order for that boat there, which you can see on that side there, that boat, in order to sort of take you to much calmer shores, which is exactly what's happening with that Six of Swords as well. Allowing things to happen for you, I think, is really important. Okay, let's just see what's going on with that Six of Pentacles. With that Six of Pentacles, you get the Hangman. Yeah. I think this is going to bring into the realization of actually seeing things in a different light. Seeing the fact that, you know, that when you're okay, everybody else can be okay. And once you are okay, that's when you can start investing in others. You know, making sure that that process is respected in a way in order for this, for the abundance to happen in everybody's life is really important. And it's a strange week this week, and we've seen it on everybody's readings. There is a real learning curve this week of being part of a process, and having faith of the part of that process is really important. Okay, so yeah, you know, thank you very much for being here, Scorpio. Really do appreciate your support for this channel, by liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, whatever it is you do. Absolutely appreciate it. Yes, I will be doing aura and chakra readings in this coming week. So you're going to want to subscribe and click that bell so you get the notification. So I'm going to be looking into your individual chakras and how best to sort of put your energy into the coming week, or the coming future, as it were. Okay, I will see you there for that. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.